Hey everyone, welcome to another video. So today we are in the Master League Premier Classic, of course, and we're taking a look at the new Frenzy Plant Chesnaught. So Chesnaught did receive Frenzy Plant this season, and what do I think of it? Well, I think it's okay, I actually do. It does a good job at walling Gyarados, right? And Gyarados is all over the place. Obviously, if Gyarados has like Dragon Breath, it's going to be doing neutral damage with that, but the charge moves are all resistant besides Outrage. But like Aqua Tail and Crunch, you get it. So it does well against that, and it's pretty decent. It does have a lot that it has to watch out for, right? It also does a good job at handling Excadrill because the Frenzy Plant is neutral and it hits like a truck, and it could take those charge moves no problem. But yeah, I mean, obviously it's, Metagross not the best answer. It's not the best answer to Metagross. Superpower is neutral. Obviously, the Fairy types, it's going to struggle because it's weak to Fairy, although Frenzy Plant is still neutral towards those besides Togekiss. But no, I think it's pretty decent. But either way, let's go ahead and dive right into these battles. I believe Night Freeze, who is the trainer we're featuring, said he had a 9-1, so I think that's what we're looking at. He also has a Twitch, so the link will be in the description down below. And if you're really enjoying these videos, I would really appreciate a subscription. It's 100% free, and it would mean a lot to me. YouTube tells me that about 50% of you are not actually subscribed that like watching the content. So if you like it, I would ask for a subscription, please, and it would mean a lot to me. It would mean the world to me. But either way, let's go ahead and dive right into these battles and see what we got going on for us. So of course, Florges does not like Metagross, right? It is a Fairy type. And that is a Psychic Metagross as well. Psychic Metagross does not have Meteor Mash. But we're going to see this Disarming Voice that will pick up the shield. Trying to get to another Disarming Voice. Able to get to it. It's not going to KO because that's resisting the Fairy type attacks, right? That Metagross. But in comes Chesnaught. Chesnaught just needs a superpower. It has to shield this. Does Metagross have 2 attacks? I do not believe it does. So going to be a Psychic. Makes sense. That would have KO'd the Chesnaught. But Chesnaught is going to be able to go for this superpower. And this is going to be enough to KO. And that's going to be a great game. Very well played to both trainers. I know I was talking over most of that game. But we'll move on to the next game and see how the next battles play out. Florges into Mamoswine. Okay. Not too bad. Mamoswine a little bit squishy, right? So sometimes I bait here, but it's really up to you. It's your call whether or not you bait. One way or the other, I don't think it's a bad play. They actually switch out into Snorlax. So we're going to go ahead and go for... Did Night Freeze click on the Moonblast? Yep, clicking on the Moonblast. I'm going to go ahead and dip out after that into the Chesnaught, okay? Because Chesnaught, I mean, I guess it is doing super effective damage towards Mamoswine, but it's also weak to Mamoswine as well. Going to go ahead and go for the Frenzy Plant. This will prevent you from debuffing yourself, so I do like that play there. And Frenzy Plant will connect. Can you Vine Whip down? Let's see. Well, obviously, you could take this superpower, but you can't take another one. We might see a Vine Whip down if we can. Oh, that's exactly what Night Freeze does. Low health, but I think it is worth it. Let's see what decides to come in. It is going to be... that's Gyarados that came in, right? So Frenzy Plant is coming out. Going to be doing nice neutral damage. And going to go ahead and switch out now into the Florges. That is a Dragon Breath Gyarados. Going to go ahead and go for this Disarming Voice. Yep, I mean, Florges does well against the Dragon Breath Gyarados because you are double resisting the fast move. So they're going to be able to go for an attack. Aqua Tail will be enough to KO. Should be at least, but we're going to see a shield there. Just so Florges can reach another Disarming Voice. So, Disarming Voice coming out, and that will connect. Not enough to KO, but able to Fairy Wind it down. Very nice. And in comes the Mamoswine. Trying to get to a Moonblast. Come on, they're going for the farm down. So, Florges is successfurly able to get to this Moonblast. Absolutely amazing. And that will do so much damage. No shield from the Mamoswine. Maybe they called the bait there. Ursaluna is a ground type and a normal type, so it is weak to Avalanche. But you could take one Avalanche. Plus, you still have a shield anyway. So, yeah, going to be able to take that one and just tackle down. And that is going to be a great game. Very well played to both trainers. Yeah, really well done. Moving on, Florges into Gyarados. So, if it's Dragon Breath, you love to see it. Let's see if they switch out. They do not switch out, which tells me it's Waterfall, and it is Waterfall. But this is still, I mean, gonna go ahead and go for the Moonblast. You know, usually they shield and then they could win this matchup, but this Gyarados does not shield. This is kind of even, I guess, because the Aqua Tail is coming out now, and this will get the Florges relatively low. Another Aqua Tail will KO, but Florges is able to get to a Disarming Voice, which will KO unless if they do decide to shield it up, which they do not. So they let the Gyarados go down. Ooh, Garchomp coming in. Very, very interesting there. What's in the back? They have to shield this Moonblast. I mean, this is going to KO, so they have no choice. Yep, there we go. So they're going to be able to Dragon Tail down, and I guess they do get a lot of farm from that Dragon Tail. It did cost them a shield because Dragon Tail is double resisted by Florges. But still, okay, so it's got to be outrage if they want to do neutral damage. We're going to see a shield. No Earth Power, okay? They're going for the Earth Power. Going to go ahead and charge up and go for this Frenzy Plant right now. And this Frenzy Plant is going to connect, and they do go ahead and switch out into Metagross. So, going to go ahead and go for the Superpower and then dip into Ursaluna probably. Superpower is neutral. It does okay damage, but they do go ahead and shield. Now, going to go ahead and... Okay, switching in now. Yeah, High Horsepower is going to be enough to KO easy. And you survive a Meteor Mash, and you still have a shield. So, once you get to High Horsepower is so powerful, it is easily going to KO. Ursaluna, man, I have a Shundo. I really want to build one, but unfortunately the Classic Master League Premier is ending. But, you know, you can still use it in the Master Premier, just not the Classic version. You can also use it in the Open Master League as well. But either way, we're going to see this High Horsepower easily going to KO. Not even a question about it. Able to get to a Thunder Punch. Now, Thunder Punch, of course, is going to be heavily resisted by Garchomp. But that's like triple resisted, I think. But in comes Chesnaught. Ooh, they do get to an attack. Is it an Earth Power? Probably. No, it's a Sand Tomb. Okay, Sand Tomb is resisted. Earth Power is as well, but Earth Power at that range may have KO'd. Probably would have. Would have been close. Good game. Moving on, Florges into Gyarados. Okay, hopefully they switch out. That means okay. That tells me it's Dragon Breath. In comes Snorlax. Out comes Ursaluna. So Ursaluna is a normal type, so it is double resisting those licks, which is really nice. Just gonna go ahead and go for this High Horsepower, and because Snorlax is really common in this meta, I think Ursaluna is really good as well. I did feature Ursaluna, so I like Ursaluna a lot. So they're going to be able to go for a Body Slam. You are weak to Superpower, but they're not going to like debuff themselves. You do survive a Superpower even from this range. So I'm going to go ahead and shield. I probably wouldn't shield this even if it is a Superpower. It's not, but that's okay. Wanting to preserve health, they do get to another attack. We're going to see a no shield on this one. That one's going to be the Superpower. But again, can easily survive it, tackle down, and in comes Gyarados, and this Thunder Punch is, of course, double super effective. Do they shield it? They do not. Thunder Punch is not really a strong move, so that's why it didn't do as much, I guess, even though it's double super effective. But this one is going to be enough to KO, and they just let it go because they know Floor just chilling in the back. Oh, Excadrill, out comes Chesnaught. So this is looking good, really good, because you do resist the moves from Excadrill, and Excadrill is common. That's why Chesnaught, I think, does have play. Because it does resist the moves from Gyarados, the Aqua Tail and Crunch, and Waterfall, and it does resist Excadrill's moves, right? So that's why I think Chesnaught actually does have some pretty decent play in the Master League Premier Cup. So good game, able to take that, just because how common those are, right? And we're going to go ahead and go into the next one. But again, as I said, it has a lot to watch. It has to watch out for a lot of Pokemon, like the Dragonite, for example. They're going to go ahead and switch out into Gyarados. Out comes Chesnaught. So, again, walling the moves, but Dragon Breath is doing neutral damage. But you can still take these Dragon Breath attacks. And you don't really have to worry about a charge attack. I guess it is possible they have Outrage, but this is too fast for Outrage. So it's probably going to be a Crunch. It is going to be a Crunch. And you're just going to go ahead and charge up. They do get to an attack. Now, if you let this go, which you do, I wonder if they can shield and farm down. No, Chesnaught's actually able to farm down. I wasn't expecting the farm down from Chesnaught. I thought they were going to throw the attack, but even better. See, that's why Chesnaught doing well, even against the Dragon Breath one, right? So, yeah, I mean, Dragonite walls all the attacks, but, I mean... you don't want it on the Dragon type or the Flying type, right? But in comes Florges. They're going to go ahead and switch into Swampert. Chesnaught also does well against Swampert, although I don't see Swampert too often. But Swampert, Ursaluna is weak to it. Oh, that does so much damage. Yeah, she's going to go ahead and shield. This is actually tough, yeah. Ursaluna is tough for Swampert. But as I said, Swampert's not a common Pokemon. I do imagine they shield. I don't imagine they call the Thunder Punch here. Okay, yeah. I think I would have baited that. I mean, I guess, like, going for it, like, if they do call it. Because the bait was kind of obvious there, but there was no bait. But Florges, I think this is still a beautiful win here, because Florges can come in. It does have energy. That is going to pick up the shield, right? Obviously, the Dragonite wants no part of Florges, unless if it has Hurricane, but Most of them do not. They do get up from attack. It's worth shielding because this is going to do more than the Superpower and the Dragon Claw. And in comes the Dragonite. And again, unless if they have Hurricane, which if they do, they don't make it to it. We're going to see the Moonblast, which will be enough to KO. And honestly, Florges may have lived a Hurricane. I'm not sure if it would. But either way, that's going to be a beautiful win there. Well played to Night Freeze as well as his opponent. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. I met Night Freeze a couple times. So let's go ahead and see this battle. We do have Florges into Gyarados. They switch out into a Charm user. It could be Double Charm. Obviously, Chesnaught doesn't want any part of Double Charm, right? But we're going to see this Moonblast. And then we do see a switch. Okay, I like this. So, tackle down. And then when you tackle down, if the Gyarados comes back in, which it might, you do have the Thunder Punch for it, right? So I do. You might. No, I guess you only have one Thunder Punch because they could farm down before you get to a second one, maybe. Yeah, it's actually Waterfall. So because they switch out, this might be Double Charm. I have seen Gyarados Double Charm. Oh, able to get to another one. That's how powerful Ursaluna is. So it does actually successfully get to another one, picking up the second shield. Gonna bring in the Chesnaught. Great play there, and it is Double Charm. Unfortunately, Night Freeze, I don't think he waited out the switch timer, so that's unfortunate. However, this is Primarina, so Primarina is a water type. So it's weak. It is weak to Frenzy Plant, so that is going to be a great game there. So it was Double Charm. Good game. Let's move on to the next one. Florges into Metagross. This is not a good matchup at all. Going into Ursaluna, they're going to go ahead and switch into Machamp. This is rough. Because even if you win switch, let's say you fight your hardest and you actually do win switch, which is not going to happen, unfortunately. But let's say you did, you have the Chesnaught on the Metagross. And yes, Superpower is neutral, but it's still, you're debuffing and stuff. It's still not a great matchup, right? So this is going to be a really, really difficult one to win. Florges is coming in. They're going to be able to get off Rock Slides, which is still not going to be good. Yeah, Steel type like Metagross, Magnezone in the lead is rough. We're going to see this Disarming Voice. You can't farm down the Machamp, unfortunately. So Disarming Voice will be enough to pick up that knockout. In comes Metagross. Going to go ahead and switch into Chesnaught. The opponent rocking a Chesnaught as well. I battled one Chesnaught. I don't know if I've mentioned it already in today's video. I battled one Chesnaught, which was pretty cool. I did win that game, but it was a pretty cool game. It was a pretty good game. Yeah, Chestnaught's a pretty solid pick. It's definitely decent. It's definitely decent. It's not meta, but it's high. It's more than Spice. It's more than Spice. So no, I definitely like it a lot. We're going to see a Superpower from this Chesnaught. The best I got was a 96, a 15, 15, 13. But it's still pretty good. It's still pretty good. They're going to be able to throw an attack. It's probably a Superpower. Going to get the Chesnaught low, really low. And we do see a farm down with the Chesnaught from Night Freeze. Yeah, going to go ahead and go for the Superpower right now, just to get off some damage into this Metagross. And they do go ahead and shield, and we do see a switch, but this is going to be a loss. So I did say they went 9-1. This is going to be the loss here. And yeah, so. But I respect Night Freeze for not backing out. I do generally back out in a game I know I'm going to lose. You don't have to, though. It's totally up to you. It doesn't really matter. And, oh, you know what? It was actually close, though. It was actually really close. Right, it was really close. That Superpower did a decent amount of, pretty good amount of damage. Alright, moving on. We do have a Florges into Gyarados. They do switch out. Could be Dragon Breath. In comes, okay, Ursaluna versus this Florges. Obviously, you can't bring in Chesnaught, right? So, yeah, bringing in the Ursaluna. Could have maybe went for an attack with Florges and then brought in the Ursaluna to make this matchup a little bit better. But this should be able to win this matchup. They do go ahead and shield it, which is good. Let's see if Ursaluna can win this. To be honest, though, you don't really have to, I don't think. I mean, they could have a Steel type in the back, but even if the Gyarados is lined up against that Chesnaught, that's totally fine if you get shield advantage. They actually don't shield it, so that's good. And it's actually going to be a Mamoswine, so you're going to bring in the Florges anyway. So you're going to go ahead and go for the Thunder Punch. So I guess, like, if you lost Switch and you put in Florges, they would have put in Mamoswine. They do actually shield that, maybe afraid of the high horsepower. Yeah, I don't count Tackle. Let me know if you count, like, one-turn fast moves, like Lick or Dragon Breath. I don't. There's an easy way to do it, but I just generally estimate those attacks. I'm going to be honest with you. We're going to see a shield right now. It's going to be an Avalanche. And they actually do switch. It is a Dragon Breath one, as predicted. But that's still fine. Going to charge up. Oh, going to actually stand. I thought we were going to see a farm up and then switch out after getting to the attack. But, so yeah, switching out now, going for the farm down. They do get to an attack. Can you get to a superpower before the Mamoswine gets to an avalanche? I don't know the energy on Mamoswine, but we'll see. Yeah, okay, able to get to the superpower. Very nice. So this is obviously going to be a win here. Well, you knew it was going to be a win because you knew it was going to be a 9-1. But regardless, good game. Well played. And we're going to go ahead and take a look at the next game. We do have Florges into Excadrill. Okay, not really great, but it's better than the Metagross because you do actually have play there. But you could also switch out into Ursaluna because you do have the Chesnaught. Oh, they bring in Gyarados. Got to be Waterfall. Can you actually flip this? You really, really want to flip this matchup. They do let it go. Oh, it's Dragon Breath. You easily flip this. You easily flip this. You could actually tank it. Yeah, you don't even have to shield. I was gonna say, yeah, if they had Waterfall, I would say shield, but they don't. They go for the crunch. Yeah, easily able to flip that. And in comes Dragonite. Okay, it's a good thing they didn't bring in the Dragonite against the Ursaluna. This is amazing because you're gonna have the Florges on this, and then I guess the Excadrill gonna have that Chesnaught, which, as we know, walls the everything Excadrill has, right? So beautiful here, beautiful here. Dragonite will be able to farm down. Yeah, the opponent definitely needed to bring in the Dragonite because not only is it going to be able to win the matchup against Ursaluna, it also wants to avoid the Florges as well. But totally fine. I mean, it could have been a mistake, could have been a misclick. No judgment from me. I do it all the time, right? So they're going to be able to throw a Drill Run, easily able to resist it. We'll go to see the Frenzy Plant. This is to ensure that you don't get debuffed, right? And they do go ahead and shield. Should be able to take one more, but it will get you low. Yeah, gonna go ahead and shield. I think that shield makes sense because Florges doesn't need shield against Dragonite anyway. So it makes sense to just double shield, double up on the superpower, right? Yep, makes sense. Good play, good play. Able to really overcome. Ooh, okay, I respect it. That actually doesn't KO. Yes. Oh, okay. But it doesn't really matter because you could farm down with Florges and go for a Moonblast. Against the Excadrill, right? And that's going to be enough to KO the Excadrill. So, like, good play by the opponent, but at the end of the day, it doesn't matter. But I guess they would try their best to win, which makes sense, right? Makes sense. Oh, actually going for the Disarming Voice. How low is it? Is it that Excadrill pretty low? Oh, they do have a shield. That's right. That's right. They do have a shield. I didn't even realize they still had a shield, but either way, good game, well played to both trainers, able to take that one. Yeah, that was a tough one, but still able to overcome it. Let's go ahead and move into the next one. We're jumping right into the middle of the battle. I think the recorder got cut off, but we're just jumping into it. Florges versus Florges. And the opponent is going to go ahead and go for the Moonblast. Makes sense. We're going to see a Moonblast from the Florges right now from Night Freeze, and this is going to pick up that shield. So the opponent only has to go for Disarming Voice now. Oh, trying to catch. Not a, well, did he catch? Is this a Disarming Voice? It is. So good catch there. And unfortunately, in comes Machamp. I don't think you're going to be able to reach the high horsepower. Especially if they tried to farm down, you would be able to, but they're not going for the farm down. So yeah, going to go ahead and have to go for this Thunder Punch. And this Thunder Punch is obviously not going to KO. That actually did more than I thought. But that's okay. In comes Florges. Florges. Yeah, I mean, a Rock Slide at this point KOs the Florges. So we're going to go ahead and throw this attack right now. This Disarming Voice that will KO the Machamp. Hopefully Chesnaught does well. I mean, you do have a shield advantage. Snorlax coming in, trying to get to the Moonblast desperately. Nope, going to switch out to catch the Body Slam. Okay, saving that energy on Chesnaught. I do like that. Let's see where this goes. Florges coming in, obviously. Chesnaught doesn't like Florges, but Florges is not a grass type, so it takes neutral from the Frenzy Plant, which is probably enough to KO. You do have to shield. You do have 2 shields, though. Do keep that in mind. They go for the Disarming Voice, obviously, but, oh, they do have another one. Okay, so Chesnaught does have to go ahead and shield this, because as we know, it is super effective, so we're going to go ahead and shield this. I'm going to overfarm. Good overfarm, nice counting, able to throw. This is going to KO. I imagine this does KO the Florges as it does. Frenzy Plant is a powerful move. I'm going to go ahead and go for the superpower. Maybe a possible catch. Maybe a possible catch. Oh no, they have the move. Okay, they have the move. Phew. I still don't think this KOs, to be honest, but oh, it does actually. A beautiful game. Well played tonight, Freeze. Thank you so much for sharing your battle experiences with us. Don't forget to follow him on Twitch, and I will see you all in the next one. Have a good day. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.